Inside Penguins Hockey fiddles with questions. Does Tanner Glass's name take away from his rough image?
No, I think it helps me. People maybe think that I'm a little more fragile than I am.
Why did James Neal have a tough time scoring at the Boys and Girls Club?
I was trying to go glove. I guess she knew where I like to shoot the puck. She studied up on me.
Which teammate would the Pens rather not have to square off against?
Ingo, definitely. Derek. Yeah. I'd get a couple in, though. Just let them know.
Guys like Tanner Glass, I've shied away from in the past when we were playing against them.
Inside Penguins Hockey.
Go again with your question.
We've got lots of questions. We're looking for answers. Welcome to the Air Canada Centre in Toronto for this week's edition of Inside Penguins Hockey, presented by Heritage Valley and you, uniquely connected for life. I'm your host, Dan Potash. Now, just in case you haven't noticed, Tanner Glass has been lowering the boom on opponents this season. Yeah, I guess it's probably a good idea if they keep their head on a swivel, because I don't think he's going to slow down anytime soon. In fact, he may be more physical now than ever. Rob King explains.
Never mind that his last name implies a fragile nature. Tanner Glass can knock people into next week.
Over to the near side. Oh, big hit there on Salvador.
He doesn't go up to someone and hit him. He goes, through a guy and is able to lay a lick on people, and he's been able to do that pretty much in every one of our games and be a factor that way.
The problem for guys in the other jerseys, Glass seeks those collisions more than ever right now.
This year, I think it's at another level. I think it's at another level with his skating. It's at another level with his confidence, how he's playing in other areas. It has allowed him to play more minutes, and it's allowed him to be a bigger factor with his skating.
I think it was just being able to get in on the forecheck. I think I feel like I'm skating a little better this year, and getting in there on those checks where, if you're having an impact on their breakout and creating the loose puck, statisticians are more likely to count that hit versus a finished check or a bump that you might get later on.
Glass is top 5 in the NHL with hits this season at around 4.5 per game, which is up close to double his production in that category from a year ago.
If I can keep those numbers going, that's great. I look at the guys who lead the league every year, and I think they're around 4 hits per game, maybe 5 hits per game. So if I can stay up there, that'd be great. And it's always something that I'm trying to do, be physical, and it's part of my game, big part of my game.
This skating is above average. He's moved it into a factor where he can get to more people, he can get to more physical contact.
That's the kind of player he is. His character. I mean, he's a gritty guy. He's got bite to his game, and he's always played that way. I mean, if he's up in another level, I mean, good for him. But even when he doesn't do that, I mean, he's still one of the most physical guys in the league.
What gained Glass notoriety for his body work was a score sheet popping career high 10 hits against Philadelphia on October 17th.
Yeah, that's a number that I remember looking at the score sheet, definitely stood out. I mean, 10 hits, that's a lot of hits. And I think he deserved every one of them too. I mean, sometimes you get credit for ones you don't deserve. And that game in particular, I mean, I just remember he had like a jetpack on. He was just going from forward to forward, hitting everything. It was encouraging to watch for sure.
No jetpacks, no. I think that's against the CBA, so stay away from those.
You can sneak it by, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Probably have to do it on the home game, though, I think. Maybe not Philly.
With Glass bringing the wood like he is, more 10-hit games could be on the horizon.
It feels like any other night, but I think it was just that I was getting there earlier. There are lots of nights where I feel sore. I feel like I'm getting in there and getting those hits, but they don't show up on the score sheet, so it was nice to have them counted.
Yeah, I think I had it once, like when I was like a peewee, like my first hitting game ever. I was really excited. That was about it.
So not everybody can rack up 10 hits in a game, but Glass isn't about to break over a few hits.
I'm not surprised to see his hit total at the 4.5 mark. As our count goes, he had 10 on the sheet one game, and he had 10 on our sheet that we keep in another game. So he's been real effective on it, and right now our best at it.
This guy is more like Glass block. Opponents would be wise not to let the name fool them.
No, I think it helps me. People maybe think that I'm a little more fragile than I am.
Anybody that thinks that needs glasses.
The fact that the NHL keeps record of games played and that it's such a relevant stat in the sport just goes to show you how difficult it is to stay on the ice. The only time anybody ever really misses any action is if they're hurt or competing for a spot. In other words, guys want all the ice time they can get. And that's especially true for Craig Adams and Pascal Dupuis. Rob King has the story.
In a fast and brutal NHL, the ability to survive the passing of time and stay in the game earns respect. Recognition for time in the league starts around the 500 games mark and builds from there. If a player wants to hit 800 games in the NHL, he better play at least 10 years and not miss many games along the way either. Those two things don't happen to everybody. To prove that point, Brooks Orpik seems like he's been a Penguin forever. He's in his 11th year and is just north of the 640 games mark. That's where Craig Adams and Pascal Dupuis come into the picture. They passed the 800 mark in their careers at the start of the season.
Sure, it's a big number for me, and shows I've been around for a long time.
It was. It's a big number. At the same time, you know what? I'm here. I'm enjoying every game, every day. So it's games is just a number. It's yes, it's great to hit some marks, but at the same time, you want to play more. You know, I just re-signed for 4 years, so obviously more are coming up.
Adams and Dupuis top everyone else in the team in games played, and Adams even has one up on Dupuis for the overall lead.
Well, I've been ahead of him for a long time, and hopefully that doesn't change.
He's a game in front of me. Craig's a game in front of me. We were tied there for a whole year. My wife decided to give birth, so I missed a game in Dallas. So that was the last game that I missed in the last 3-4 years. So it's the only game he's got on me. So he calls me rookie.
Sometimes I'll pull rank on him, but he deserves it, with the way he acts.
Dupuis plays a speed game, and Adams a grittier game. So who's had a tougher road to 800?
He plays a hard style of game. He blocks a lot of shots. He plays a physical game. I don't know. He still plays every night, every game. So I do the same thing. So it's I don't know. Ask him.
Well, he's probably played more minutes than I have over those 800 games. I'll tell you for sure. So. He's logged more miles, probably. Yeah, his legs are still going very strong. So I don't see him slowing down anytime soon.
Neither man is willing to bend to the demands of the game right now, saying their bodies have held up well after 800 games in the NHL.
Feels pretty good, actually. Got to know when to rest, when to work out. You got to know the nutrition side of it, and obviously you have to get lucky with injuries, but with the staff we have here, they stay on top of things.
Body feels good. I've been really lucky over the years, knock on wood. I haven't had too many serious injuries, and you obviously do what you have to do to take care of yourself and try and keep the body going, and I feel good.
800 contest is a tribute to Adams in particular because his initial career goal was about 810 shy of where he sits now.
I don't know if you really have any expectations. I mean, my goal was always to play one game in the NHL. That was, I knew I wouldn't be satisfied with that, but that was, it was a long shot for me, for sure. So, my goal was to get there, but your human nature is once you get there, then you want more, and you're never satisfied with sort of where you are and your role. You always want to push for more ice time and a bigger role, and I think you always have to keep doing that, and that's what keeps pushing you forward.
Maybe the reason Adams and Dupuis have played 800 is that they are forward thinkers.
It's a good mark, but at the same time, it's just 800. I don't know if there's bigger numbers that I want to hit gameplay.
Still forechecking here on Inside Penguins Hockey.